Properties FX here. This one goes to the crypto members of our service. Bitcoin here looks impressive or looks constructive, at least from our bullish point of view, from our long trade that we have since quite some time now. We were filled on the long side on January, at the start of January. We booked half of the profits by the time that the market reached half the distance on the 1 to 2 risk reward ratio. And then we simply wait for the consolidation. Bitcoin bounced the other days as well. Yesterday I argued for a possible pennant on the Bitcoin, the US dollar, forming on the lower time frames. This one here, if you remember, let's zoom in a bit. This one was supposed to be a pennant. This is what a pennant looks like, and normally you see for a few candlesticks, depending on the time frame, for a few hours, for a few days, for a limited period of time, you will see the market forming a series of lower highs and higher lows, showing a contracting angle, a triangle that contracts symmetrically. And then obviously it only means that it builds energy to break higher into the same direction as the previous move prior to that consolidation. Now that is a pennant, and normally the price should break in the same direction. It did break in the same direction, however, without reaching yet the 10,000 mark. I would say that the 10,000 level is poised to come in Bitcoin, and that will be our exit point from the long side for the longs that we have. However, by the time that it reaches 10,000, I only want to reinforce the bearishness or what it will mean where price comes to the 10,000. Remember, we use the lower time frames like this one here, the 4-hour chart on Bitcoin, to execute what we interpret on the bigger time frames. And the bigger time frame is only one in the case of Bitcoin, the monthly chart. And on the monthly chart, our main trading tool is the Ichimoku Kinko Hyo, but out of this Ichimoku, we focus on this green line, which is the Chinko line projected 29 periods ahead, 26 periods, sorry, ahead of the current price. So if you count from the current candlesticks, this is the candlestick corresponding to the month of January 2020, this month. So if you count from this place all the way on the left side, 26 period, you'll come to this candlestick here. This is where Chinko is or sits. It's not quite visible due to the confluence area, due to the multitude of elements that we see here. We have two big candlesticks with a big real body. We have the 10,000 psychological level. We have the Kinjun, the Tenkan, so a big area or a difficult area for the market to break. Maybe we are on the wrong side in the sense that by the time that the Bitcoin reaches the 10,000 mark, it will break the 10,000 mark in such an aggressive manner, or it will trigger so many stops that the stops with the new buying, because you may have pending buy stops and you may have stop loss for shorts, and then the combination may fuel a rally able enough to go beyond these candlesticks here. I doubt that because these are one of the biggest candlesticks in the history of Bitcoin chart. I mean, if you compare with anything in the past, it is uncomparable, these candlesticks here, and the real bodies as well. On a candlestick in front of Chinko, the real body represents the wall, if you want, or the resistance or support, not necessarily the upper or lower shadows. It means that at this point here, Chinko will hit resistance on a psychological level, and this is where we will book our profits on the long side, and we have a pending sell limit order at 10,000. Patience to see what the market does. But as the pennant broke higher in an almost vertical line here, I'm expecting the market to do the same. Federal Reserve of the United States today, later in the North American session, it could spell some volatility on the Bitcoin against the US dollar as well. Bye bye.